Welcome to Subramani. I'm not here to burst myths, but this is one thing which has taken a very longish view. So, okay, let me start by saying that some of the best investors in the world have been very good communicators, and you believe that the best investors are the best communicators. So, whether it is a Buffett or whether it is a Lynch or whether it is a Klarman, Charlie Munger, you name whether it is Dalio, I think Mark Mobius also talks a lot. All these people have been good. John Templeton, they have been good investors and they have been very good communicators. So they believe, the world believes that to be a good investor and be a good communicator is good, because when you're teaching others, when you're writing and all that, you tend to have more clarity and you're doing a better job in your own investment also. So when all these people teach, right, so the advantage for them is when they teach, they also get clarity. So they are able to, if you can, I mean, it is generally believed that if you can simplify your investment process and explain it to a 7th standard, 7th class, 7th grade kid, it means you have very simple processes, so it's a good process, so you can copy. Now the counter view to this is, I know one person in India who has wealth more than Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, but just doesn't appear on television. He just does not appear. He today does not need any media or any help because he is not in the business of collecting AUM. Now, if I am collecting AUM, if I want more to manage more and more money, and that is my way of making money, or if I am collecting subscribers and I make money by the subscription, or because of that influence that I am using I am making money, it is important for me to be very polite to you, be nice to you and say this is what I do, and all that is important, so that the world with which I interact, which is the media, which is you the viewer, the influencer who is paying me money, right, all of them, I need to keep everybody in good humor. But if the only purpose I have is to create wealth for myself or my close friends and family whose wealth I am willing to manage from a distance, right, then maybe I need to keep them in good humor, but otherwise I don't really care a damn what happens to the world and what the world thinks of me. So for me to appear on any media is of completely no consequence. There is no financial consequence at all for me to appear in any media. So will I try to influence them? Will I try to bribe them? Will I try to pay them to appear? I don't need to, right? So if I find somebody who has got more money than Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, maybe he's a little older and has, at least to the best of my knowledge, almost double the money which Rakesh Jhunjhunwala would have had. I don't know whether that person needs to be also there in the media, needs to be a communicator. There is no need for him to do any of these things. He's not in the market. He's not trying to influence you. He's not trying to try to tell you that please come and give your money to me, I will manage it for a fee. Everybody who appears in the press, who tries to talk to you and say, I'm trying to teach you how to pick stocks, I'm trying to teach you in 2 hours, I will teach you everything there is to know about investments, which I learned in the last 13 years. And 13 years very funny, because in 13 years you have not seen a deep recession, right? So there are people who say that good investors are good communicators. I beg to differ, saying I know good investors who refuse to come and communicate. So if I tell you this person is very good in communication but he never communicates, how do you know that he's a good communicator, right? So many investors are investing through small private limited companies, etc. So nothing comes out. You don't even know what percentage they are holding where, right? So maybe occasionally some mention will be there, but they have no media presence. They don't come up for any conferences, any of those stuff. But they are there and they are invested, and I've seen some of the portfolios. They're just brilliant, because at least this one person I know, he believes that being rich is far more important than being famous. He does not want fame, right? He's way beyond the Maslow's need hierarchy. He's above the triangle. He just couldn't care. So when people tell you good investors are good communicators, that's true, but there can be some very good investors who just don't want to communicate, or even if they're good at communication, they don't want to communicate, or they say, okay, this is my investment profile that has to be kept private, otherwise I'm visible here to do this because this is my business, right? So mostly people who come on media channels have a vested interest in trying to get something out of you, right? So when somebody calls me and says come to give a lecture, I have to be paid. I don't collect AUM. So I'm not the CEO of an AIF or a PMS that I'm trying to collect AUM, nor am I the salaried CEO of a mutual fund who is trying to create influence of his fund house there. He goes to a Surat or a Nasik or somewhere, so he wants to create an image that is visible there. He meets the financial advisors who create AUM for him. He or she has a interest in doing that. I have no interest. I have no interest in coming to Surat or Nasik or Manipal or any place to come and do a lecture for free. No, it's not my business model, right? So it is their business model for collecting AUM. It's not mine. So thank you.